What's cracking with your snacking snacker stars? It's me, the BRE, the man in the backwards hat, Brandon from the sAs, the Snack Food Appreciation Society, coming at you once again. And Pizza Night has returned after a 1-week absence. And I gotta do something big and something bold for Pizza Night this week. What is it? Well, it's something that's brand spanking new, and it's coming here for you on Pizza Night. I'll be right back right after this. You are looking live at Little Caesars in the Columbia Pike Plaza on Columbia Pike in Arlington, Virginia, home to many different types of businesses, from a barbershop to a Chinese carryout called Andy's, the Plaza store, which specializes in money orders and things of that nature, Columbia Services, and a cleaners, and there's a CVS over there as well. Little Caesars lately has been specializing in stuffing whatever they can into the back of their crust. What are they putting in the back of the crust this time? We'll find out on Pizza Night. Never fear, Pizza Night has returned and is once again here for Friday night, November 11th, 2016. It's Veterans Day. If we stay really still, they won't try to touch us. Yes, we will. Anyway, like I was saying, Little Caesars basically likes to stuff things into the back of their pizza, particularly their deep dish pizza. And this time they've decided to put something in the pizza that's near and dear to my heart. Go ahead and open this up. At first glance, yes, this looks like a regular pepperoni deep dish pizza. But around the edges on the inside, there's something very, very special. Let me go ahead and pull this apart and show you what that is. And we'll call this one the 420 slice. Ladies and gentlemen, there's pepperoni inside the crust. And there's cheese inside the pepperoni. It's the pepperoni deep dish pizza from Little Caesars. Pepperoni stuffed deep dish, that is. And it's $10 for this bad boy. Not much more I can say about it other than the fact that look at all those pepperonis and look at all that cheese. And it's nice and brown and bubbly. You should be pretty familiar with this pizza overall by now, just with the modification having pepperoni stuffed in the back. Alright guys, I'll be right back to stuff some pepperoni in your back right after this on Pizza Night. Alright gang, I am back on Pizza Night, and I'll tell you, I am happy to have what I consider to be a real deep dish pan pizza this week rather than that Papa John stuff from a few weeks ago. Unlike Papa John's, one of the things that Little Caesars actually does really well, despite being quote-unquote a discount chain, is they do their deep dish really well. A lot of people like it. And for $10 to get all this pizza stuffed with pepperoni, that's a darn good deal if you ask me. Smells fantastic. They do it Detroit style. Now this one didn't quite get the cheese all the way to the edges, so it didn't quite crisp up there quite as much as it normally does. Looks a little more bready. Maybe that has something to do with the pepperoni being in there. Maybe they cook it slightly different or a slightly different time frame. I don't really know. I cannot comment on that. The front looks just like it normally does. Nice and bready and thick and lots of cheese on there. Smells very buttery, guys. Wow, it smells fantastic. I'm going to take a bite of the front because that's obligatory, but then I'm getting to the back of the action, which is what we're here to see. That was pretty good, just like it always is. Let me go ahead and take a bite from the back and let's see where all the action is. Now, when Big Al, our MMA pal from the sAs, brought this to our attention this week, I was saying to myself, it's just more pepperoni and more cheese. So how is it going to taste different? How's it going to be any different? And you know what? It is kind of different because what I think about what's going on back here is that the pepperoni is wrapped around the cheese, okay? Inside that crust. And the cheese is still nice and melty and good, but it's getting some of that pepperoni flavor inside the cheese and spreading it even more around the back of the pizza. And man, that's really good. I like the way the pizza crisps up just enough for the pepperoni to start curling up around here. And you know, as for the rest of it, they have a good fresh crust. You know, that's one thing you can give Little Caesars commendation for, is that they do have fresh crust, perhaps the freshest in the biz. As for the rest of it, I'm not a huge fan of their sauce, but it'll do. It's kind of on the inexpensive tasting side, if you know what I mean. Almost like it has the taste of a can to it a bit. But, you know, I've eaten much, much worse. The cheese is really good. I like Little Caesars cheese, and it seems to be a nice mixture here of a couple of different types of cheeses, because it's got a little creaminess, a little sharpness, and a little smokiness all rolled into one. Pepperoni's got a good zing to it, man. Especially when you get to the back there, which is what we're really concerned about. In that stuffed crust area, it really adds a lot of zing to the whole experience to have that pepperoni wrapped around that cheese. I can't say enough about that. By itself, you know, this is a really good pizza, even without having pepperoni stuffed into the back of it. But even, you know, with it, it's fantastic, guys. I can't say much bad about it. Maybe just a 1/10 of a point off or so, or an 1/8 of a point off, as it were, for the sauce. So 7/8 thumbs up. Pretty darn magnificent, if you ask me. I like it a lot. Thanks for watching Pizza Night this week, guys. Thanks for watching all the SAS shows. What did you think about the Moscow Mule chips the other day? Man, those are really weird. If you haven't seen that, check out our last edition of Snack Briefs. Also, you can check out the SAS group on Facebook, which is where we all inhabit. Some of the coolest people in the whole world are there. And you know what? It's so peaceful. There's no hatred in there. There's no screaming and yelling about, you know, a presidency or an election or anything like that. So I'd like to keep it that way, and it's somewhere where you can really chill out and just get away from it all. So join us, if you will, by clicking on the link down below. Also, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at BrandonReichSAS. When you do, hey, use that hashtag Snack Society all day, every day. That way you know what we're eating, and we know what you're eating too. So, like, favorite, share, and subscribe. And in the meantime, in between time, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.